So far we have seen two costumes from Juri so far. We've seen one costume which you probably already know is probably going to be her main costume for Street Fighter V, which is the purple and pink jumpsuit that you see sporting while she is watching Cammy. And we also see her second costume, which you see in Guile's story mode prologue, where you see her wearing kind of a trench coat, like a really light sky blue trench coat. It just looks really nice. A lot of people, from what I've heard, really don't like it. I was like, why don't you like that trench coat? That looks phenomenal. And to see her going in with kicks and stuff all around and crazy, that should be hype as a motherfucker. But I want to talk about overall what I think her significance is going to be in the story, because we really don't know where she ties in, but we know that she is very important due to the fact that, one, in the official poster for the story mode, the teaser poster, you see Juri has the largest picture and it's slightly faded, which in most cases when somebody has the largest picture and it's slightly faded, they are a very important character. They're not the main character, but they're not a side character either. They have a very, very important part in the story. In most cases, it's kind of the tweaking part that the main character that final piece that the main character needs to complete the story or figure out the mystery. They are that character that has that final piece. Which we go to the other character, which is Guile, who is actually the main character of this story. Seeing how if you look in the story mode picture, once again, he is the center character. He is the main focus. He's reaching his hand up for victory, which means that he is actually going to succeed in winning. Which means we know that he's probably going to meet Nash. He's probably going to be the one to defeat Bison, which would be kind of crazy if that's actually how it works out, because previously, from what I know, Chun-Li defeated Bison. So maybe he weakens Bison, and maybe they're going to reboot Third Strike, but I really don't know. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, because right now it's kind of throwing me off that Guile is the center character. Also, you see next to Guile, you see up there with Juri, you see Aaron, and you see Alex, which means that they are center characters as well. We know Alex was temporarily kidnapped into the Shadaloo base, and he was taunted and slightly, attacked by Fong, but Fong didn't really attack him. He simulated clones of different characters, other fighters, to fight Alex, and we don't know Aaron's significance in the story. I'm guessing that Aaron's going to be the one to help Guile find Nash. That's my guess. Tell me your guess in the comment section below. But then we see below Aaron and slightly next to Guile, we see Ryu, which we know Ryu does have a slight important part in the story. We know that Ryu, one, has an encounter with Nicole, and we also know that he's going to fight Nicole, and we also know that Nicole is also an essential villain in this series as well. There is no signs of Bison in this picture, but there is signs of one particular character that I actually didn't think that was going to have an important role in the story, but from seeing some of the story mode already that Combo Fiend and Mike Ross showcase, it makes sense. But Balrog is actually a very important character as well. As you can see, he is right below Guile with his fat lips and the terribly drawn version of him that does not resemble the in-game version at all. But Balrog is going to have a strong significance as well. Do I know exactly what his ties are going to be? I have absolutely no idea, but I do know that he is a forefront character, which means that he has very, very strong importance to the story. Will Balrog switch sides? I don't know. It looked like he might from what we saw in the story mode, or maybe it was just him getting frustrated with Fong. But other than that, going back to a previous video that I did talking about C. Viper, talking about Juri, and talking about them possibly creating a corporation to take down the Shadaloo and Bison, because if you know in Street Fighter 4, Juri wanted to take down Bison herself, and C. Viper was studying the Shadaloo and Sin to figure out Bison's weakness. Therefore, it would make sense for both of them to team up together to try to take him down in a more organized manner. Other than that, there's not much that I know, nor can I speculate any further because I need a little bit more. Now, I can go ahead and say that though previously Bison was defeated by Chun-Li, they could alternate the story and have Guile be the defeater, or have a plethora of people be the reason why he was defeated, seeming to be like Juri and see Viper weakened him, Guile gave him the final blow, or they could flip the script altogether and have Nash be the one to actually give Bison the final blow. You never know. Other than that, tell me guys in the comment section below what you think about the story mode and what is your speculations on what's gonna go down. There's a lot of central immediate threats right now that has to be taken care of, and there's people that are gathering together to kind of try to figure out how to take them down. What are your thoughts in the comment section below? Tell me, I want to hear them. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.